traditional ways of money management that will not work for our future and our future generation is avoiding use of a credit card. It kind of goes into what I talked about on my last video, which is avoiding credit. And you're going to need, that video was posted last week, so you are going to need to look at that one to continue on the series. This is our 4th video in the series, and number 6 is about using credit cards. Now, I did a whole video a few weeks back on the actual benefits of using credit cards as opposed to using debit cards, and why I don't use debit cards at all. So you're going to need to look for that video and see why I don't, what reason I have, what reasonings. It was an entire video on the reasonings why I don't believe in using debit cards. So my thing is debit cards, yes. With debit cards, or you use cash for everything, this is one of the tried and true ways that living a debt-free life has been what's been preaching to us by all the financial gurus. That as credit cards only leads to trouble. Well, credit card only leads to trouble because that's the name we put on it again. The credit card itself is not evil. It's how we use the credit card and the emotion we put on that credit card is what the problem is. So, which, as for many people, are digging out of debt and do not have the discipline to use credit card, this does not mean it should always be. So first of all, you need to start disciplining yourself. You need to understand what a credit card is. It is not an extension of your income. It is not an extension of your wealth. It is just a cashless way to pay for something. That's what it is. That's number 1. I like it because I can track every single thing. It offers many benefits that I use all the time. If it's used responsibly, it will pay you out more than it can. I always pay my credit card bills by the end of the month. Well, most of the time I pay my credit cards. If you look at my credit card video, I'll tell you the times that I don't pay it off. But for the most part, the credit card that I use for my bills that I would have paid for cash, or I would have paid for, with my debit card, I pay that credit card every week I make a payment on. So by the end of the month, it's paid in full. So now credit cards have different ways that they give you instant discounts when you buy with your credit card. They give you cash back. I personally love the travel rewards. I use the travel rewards on my Amex all the time. I've gone skiing with my credit card's travel rewards. I have used it to go into my lounges when my flights are delayed, or if I'm early, I go eat, have a drink. There are so many things that if you are investigating and looking and doing your homework on which credit card to use, that it can be most beneficial to you. So if you are responsible and you know how to handle a credit card and you understand that it is not an extension of your income, it is just a replacement for your cash. So, some people who are not so disciplined, I tell them all the time. So if you're going to pay for something with your credit card right now, you can take the cash and pay the bill right away. Pay the bill right away. Transfer the money out of your account right away. It's still even more. I like credit cards because it gives you also certain warranties on the things that you buy. If someone overcharges you, or something breaks, or a company is not living up to what they're supposed to do, you have certain safeguards with it that you can fight that charge or something, and you're able to do that. So please watch my video on why I never use debit cards for anything, and you'll understand more about credit cards. I really think that there is a So number 7, of course, you want to pay off. You want to have a method. Pay off debt method is the best of all. You want to pay off all your debts. So this one, I'm going to go a little deeper in. You want to be able to pay off all your debts. You don't want to be in a debt effect as it is. So I want to talk about two different tried and true methods that have been talked about in our societies about paying off your debt. We have the debt snowball method and the debt avalanche method. Now, I'll quickly describe them because I can't go into detail on all of them on this one show. But, on the debt snowball method, you start small with focusing and paying off your smallest debt, no matter what the interest rate is. Or if it's a secured or unsecured loan, then you move to the next smallest, and so on and so on and so on. The debt avalanche method, on the other hand, you start off big with where you're focusing on paying off your debts that has the highest interest rate first, and then working your way down to do that. So you're saving a little bit on that because you're paying your lowest interest rate debt last. I kind of like this one a little bit more. This is a little more attractive, but I actually believe that in the hybrid method, because not every situation works for everybody. So, understanding the hybrid method is a little less more stringent. It's lesser known strategy that combines the elements of both the snowball effect and the debt avalanche effect. And it involves paying off your debt with the smallest balance first, regardless of the interest rate, to gain momentum and motivation. So you definitely want to do that. Then once you've paid off your small debt, you can focus on paying off your highest interest rate debt. So the most important thing about getting out of debt is you must discover the plan that makes the most sense for your financial situation. So what I'm saying here is not one tried and true effect of paying off your debt will work for everyone. So you don't say no because one of these doesn't fit into your situation. Talk to your financial advisor and come up with something that works for you. Don't give up on a situation because you don't fit into a certain criteria. So that's my point. That's my point with number 7. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, feel free to give me a follow to get updated on new and upcoming episodes, and listen in every Tuesday and Thursday, where I teach you smart money habits so you can make better money choices with a financial goal focus.